Good morning and welcome to another edition of New Earth News. Good to have you aboard. Today we're going to be talking, as we're going into the fall season, we're going to be talking about cutting back your perennials and getting them ready for winter. And now is also the best time to go ahead and divide your perennials so that you can actually add more to your garden. So as you see, we've got our daylilies here, we've got our black-eyed Susans, we've got some hydrangea, we've got some butterfly bush in the back. What we're going to do is we're going to get them ready for the fall. Best thing to do, what I like to do, is I'll do just like your barber. I'll grab a handful. I'll take my very sharp pruners that have been sterilized with alcohol, and I'll cut across them. And then I can go through and I can cut as needed. Alright, so we've pruned out the daylily. Now, I'm not going to just throw these in the trash. All these clippings I'm going to take and I'm going to throw them in the compost pile, and then we're going to till it up because this will make good fertile soil in about 2 years after it's composted. So what we do with the black-eyed Susans is basically the same thing. I'm going to go after all the stalks, and I'm going to cut them as close to the ground as possible. I've actually got 2 plants here, black-eyed Susan. They're growing into each other. Okay, so I've got a stalk of those, and again, I'm going to set those aside because we'll compost those. Okay, so basically, we've cleaned this up. Now my iris here, I'm going to go ahead and cut about 1 inch above the ground. Alright, so basically we've pruned up and we've done everything. So this little section of the garden is ready to go for the winter. Okay, so as you can see, we've pruned back all our perennials here. We've got black-eyed Susans, daylilies, iris. So I'm going to show you how to divide them. So here's a perfect example. This is a patch of daylily. So last year this was actually part of another. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spade shovel and I'm going to create a hole around it, edge it out. You can see it's starting to come out a little bit. So I'm going to pop it out completely. Now, since it's completely out, the way I test it is I can just pull it right out, okay? And if you look, you can see all the roots. This is good, healthy. And this is a good way to save yourself money without having to go to the garden center and spend $8 for a 1-gallon pot. So it's a pretty big plant. I want to divide it into 4. So just like a pie, I'm going to split it in half. So I've got one. Then I'm going to split it in half again. Now, I've got 2 brand new patches of daylilies, which I can plant in 2 separate spaces, and that'll give me more flowers. So basically I'm going to do this with all the perennials in the garden. One of these will go back in the original hole that we just dug out, and it'll expand, and next year we'll do it again.